Hi! LGBTQ characters and LGBTQ culture is a great thing for kids to see. Let's talk about it, because you are important. So there are two reasons why kids, youths, young adults need to see LGBTQ characters and LGBTQ culture in media, on TV, in their own families. They need to see it for two reasons, which I'll get to in just a moment. But first, it's necessary to say. We're not talking about age-inappropriate things. We're not talking about talking to kids about some of the deeper stuff that adults talk about in relationships. We're talking about, like on Scooby-Doo, Velma being an LGBTQ character and why that's good for kids. So often, people like me, activists, we are fighting the TERFs, the bigots, the folks on the far right. We're fighting them so much that we're just trying to convince everybody it's okay to have the gays on TV. The gays, G-A-Y-S, not G-A-Z-E. That it's okay to have them on TV, when actually it's beneficial. It's amazing. It should be celebrated. It should happen all the time because it's a good thing. For two reasons. Number one, we exist. If part of a parent's job is to prep young people for the real world, well, we're part of the real world. And learning to interact with people like us, learning to be comfortable around people like us, learning to see people like us as full, equal human beings is just good, honest preparation for what someone will encounter in the world. History. LGBTQ folks, we're only moving in one direction, and that's more of us being open, being out, being part of everyone's everyday life. And so a good parent would prep their kid by showing their kid all that exists in the world, the kinds of ways it is to be human. And speaking of which, number two, what I need is for you to understand that LGBTQ people are a metaphor. Even if a young person never turns out to be LGBTQ, even if they grow up and they're cis or they're straight, they're not LGBTQ, the metaphor of us is inclusion. Every kid needs to see it's okay to be yourself. It's okay to be fully yourself. It's okay to celebrate others. It's okay to include others, right? It started as the gays. Then it went to LGBT. Then it went to LGBTQ. Then it went to LGBTQIA++. We're the ones that keep adding letters because we're the ones that keep including people. And that message is valuable for young people and adults to see on the internet, on TV, in their personal life. It's so important. And seeing people like us on the screen and in real life is a good thing.